Hey guys! Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the second player update video for the Minecraft Hardcore Challenge for October 2017. Once again, in case you're unfamiliar with the MHC, I will leave a link in the description box below to the website, which has all of the rules and regulations. I will also leave a link to each player's channel so you can check out their videos for yourself. This month's theme is igloos, and it was an exciting round of episode 2s, so let's check out what everyone got up to. First up, going in alphabetical order again, is Bakerbelle Games. She started off by checking in on the status of her villager and making a shield and some armor out of the iron she gathered, before heading outside to explore. She gathered up tons of sand and revealed her plan to build a snow globe. Neat! She found some self-harvesting sugarcane and a floating igloo that she decided was perfect for her building plan. As the sun set, she then got chased across the plains by a naughty baby zombie, but finally spotted the long-awaited pumpkins. She decided to head back to the other igloo to gather the things that she left there, but instead ended up spending a very tense night surrounded by tons of overly friendly mobs. Next up, we have Captain Hook 5150. He started the episode by collecting seeds and sharing some snow-filled stories about his youth. He then headed downstairs to start an underground farm, greeting the one villager who finally decided to come out and socialize. He headed into the caves and started gathering some resources, getting swarmed by a mob of zombies, but quickly fighting them off. He got a touch lost in the caves and narrowly avoided some creeper blasts, but eventually he made it back home to check up on his villagers and make some tools and armor. He spent the rest of the night fighting off a silverfish invasion and then heading outside to get some water for his farm. Our next player is cScotPlay. He started off the day at low health, but gamely ventured out to search for seeds. He came back to find that the igloo's ice block melted and flooded him out, but he quickly blocked it up and worked on expanding his wheat farm. He looked around for some pumpkins and discussed his plan to build a huge igloo before heading back to light up his farm and make a shield and some armor. Unfortunately, they ultimately did not prove useful as a zombie managed to bite right through his defenses, sending him to an untimely death. The Dadcraft 73 and Pigsworth Dream Team picked up right where they left off last episode, with Dadcraft digging up some resources in their mineshaft while the Pigsworth explored the surface for mob drops and food. The Pigsworth started a dirt wall for safety and began to plant a wheat farm, while Dadcraft made good progress below, finding a small lava pool, lots of iron, gold, and even some diamonds, after getting a crafting bench dropped on his head. They then traded places, with Dadcraft starting to smelt up the iron and checking out the new defense wall, and the Pigsworth checking out the mine. They ended the episode by making some shields and hats and discussing their plans for the next episode. Next, we have DJPolTD. He started off with a recap of his last episode, then dove right into mining for iron in order to make some armor and tools. He didn't find a lot of iron at first, but he did locate a really large vein of diamonds. After some technical difficulties that resulted in an extra-length episode, he continued on and found yet another vein of diamonds, plus lapis and gold, but still had no iron pick to mine them with. He headed upstairs and greeted his villagers, who appeared to be in a fight with each other, then started digging around at a higher level to look for iron. Finally, he managed to get enough iron together for a pick and mined up an amazing 12 diamonds. He then stumbled into a ravine, complete with a mine shaft, but decided it was too dangerous and headed back through the caves to gather iron and finished up the episode by making some armor and some fancy tools. Our next player is Grandma's Gone Gaming. She started off her episode by curing her zombie villager, then starting to work on a staircase to get them up to the surface. After a run-in with some silverfish, she started digging, finding some good resources along the way. She broke through the surface to find it was night, and a zombie was nosing around her igloo. She created a secure enclosure for her villagers out of snow blocks, then made some cobblestone stairs for her staircase and started smelting up her iron. She passed the rest of the night by carefully laying down her stairs in a specific pattern in order to be able to push the villagers along. Okay, next up we have Greg C96. He continued in his mining expedition underground as Editing Greg informed us that he has a double ear infection. Ouch! After a short trip into a ravine, he unfortunately got ambushed by a creeper, marking another official player death. Hope you're able to get some rest and feel better soon, Greg. Honeysuckle is our next player. She started by placing stairs in her mine shaft to make it easier to get up and down, then headed outside to gather some wood and start a wheat farm. She took a short trip to explore and gathered some eggs from her chicken friends, plus found some sugarcane, including a rare 4-block tall one. She then started her farm by placing down some water and covering it over to keep it from freezing, and planting wheat on one side and sugarcane on the other. She made a door to secure the igloo, then headed back down to spend the rest of the night gathering resources in the mine, sharing some sweet stories about her week and her plan to build an interconnected igloo city, then popping up around daybreak to smelt up her iron and take stock of her food situation. Then we have JavaDad. JavaDad jumped right in by making a furnace to smelt some iron and expanding his garden. He then made a shield, a bucket, and an iron sword to defend himself and started work on a water elevator system in the igloo's shaft to bring the villagers to the surface. He took a break to tend his garden and collect some more seeds, fighting off a couple spiders and putting the smack down on a skelly that wanted to live in his igloo. He talked the uncooperative villagers into going up the water elevator, then kneecapped a zombie invader before harvesting some crops in the light of dawn. Next, we have PineleafNeedles, our new player this month. Pineleaf came out to find the skelly that was menacing him last episode was missing, but it turned out he was actually hiding, waiting to spring an ambush. He decided to spend some time mining for resources, but quickly ran right into a dangerous ravine. Deciding he would have better luck facing down the skeleton, he headed back outside to explore and try and find some food. Not finding much of interest outside, he headed back into his hidey hole to pass the night mining while trying to avoid the ravine. And last, but certainly not least, we have Wandering Nerd. He started his day by living up to his name, wandering around to explore and gather up some seeds and wood. He then headed down into the cave system to smelt up some iron for a bucket in order to start an underground wheat farm. He made himself a safety shield and went down into the caves to do some mining. After taunting a clumsy spider, he gathered up lots of iron and coal, then returned to his igloo to start smelting. And that is it for the episode 2 player updates. If I missed you, mispronounced your name, or got anything else wrong, please let me know in the comments below. We are still waiting for a couple episodes for some people, and if they post them, I will be sure to include them in the next update. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!